Here's how it's done.
For this sign, we glued up a piece of blue pine shiplap, and it totaled about 12 inches by 12 inches, somewhere around there. The blue pine is pretty cheap. I think it's like $8 for a 12-foot board, something like that. I can't remember exactly, but it's really cheap. It carves really, really nice, a lot better than like the cedar pickets, and it looks good with a good clear coat on it. The only thing is, pine has a tendency to bleed, which means that primer will soak in there and there's really no sanding it out. So it's a good idea to put a couple light coats of clear on there once you get your boards glued up, and before you do any of your layout, before you put any black primer on there. That's really going to help combat the bleeding. Now, the stencil Dad used is the stencil of the month for November of 2025, and I think it'll make a really nice little stock sign. And what a stock sign is basically you could knock a bunch of these out and then just sell them. There's nothing custom about them. And this is a perfect sign for this time of year when the weather's starting to get a little nasty and everybody just wants to stay inside and watch movies. Or at least I do. This whole sign was done with 3 bits. The profile bit, the carving liner, which is what Dad's using now, and then the 90-degree bit to do the big outline and all the background. And to be honest, I think you can get away without using the carving liner, but there are some areas where the lines are pretty close together, so a carving liner made it a little bit easier. Now Dad's got the 90-degree bit in, and what he's doing is he's making a bold line around the entire shape of the stencil itself. And then he's going to go in and he's going to take out all the wood within that shape. So this is a way you can do it outset that's a little bit different than your regular outset letters or even your regular outset artwork. Once all that's done, then he's going to use the 45-degree chamfer bit and put a really deep chamfer on there and spray the whole thing black with our black primer. Again, that's where prepping it with a couple light coats of clear is really going to help with your sanding, and it's really going to help not bleed and get that stuff deep in there to where you can't sand it out. Now for the color, Dad's using the acrylic paint pens, and we put the clear on first, but I think it would have soaked in a lot better without the clear. And we actually recently just found out that if you put clear over these paint pens, it's not going to dull that white. So next time we'll use the paint first and then throw some clear on it.
Everything we used here and tons more available over at our website, makeawoodsign.com. Go check it out.